Anonybit provides digital security and protects user privacy. Meet with our subject matter experts and learn how to prevent account takeover attacks by seamlessly connecting digital onboarding to downstream authentication, eliminating fraud, reducing the risk of data breaches, and ensuring regulatory compliance. With Anonybit, you can eliminate passwords by implementing biometrics for dependable security. Leverage the selfie taken at enrollment for authentication across all customer service channels with no added user friction. Enable self-service account recovery. And protect consumer data and digital assets, all with one modular, patent-pending decentralized infrastructure platform. With account takeover fraud up 90% year over year, despite $23 billion being spent on cybersecurity this year alone, it is clear that the current approach to user authentication is not working. With Anonybit, you can be confident you are closing the gaps that attackers exploit, leveraging the latest privacy by design technologies for maximum security and compliance. Anonybit, the future of privacy and security.
Hi, I'm Jessica Vinitsky, and I'll be walking you through the Anonybit system today. So let's face it, fraud persists because we rely on weak authenticators to validate our identity, when the truth is the only real way to make sure someone is who they claim to be is with biometrics. Yet most organizations are afraid of storing biometrics due to the risks of data breaches. And that's where Anonybit comes in. Our innovative tech overcomes this concern, eliminating data breaches and account takeover fraud. We empower organizations to use biometrics across the entire user lifecycle as the main way to authenticate users, minimizing reliance on username and passwords, or even eliminating them altogether. Essentially, helping organizations know who's actually behind a device and every single interaction. Instead of storing biometrics in centralized honeypots, we shard the data into anonymized components and distribute the data across different nodes, where they never come out, even during the matching process. When we do want to authenticate a user, we repeat the process by breaking up the biometric again and comparing the new bit against its stored counterpart. And in the end, only the computations are what come back to the system. So the pieces are never reassembled, and there's no way to recreate the original biometric image. So it's really a one-way street, which makes it hack-proof even for insiders. So with this approach, we can do three things. The first is one-to-one biometric matching for authentication with any biometric algorithm or modality like selfie, palm, fingerprint, iris, etc. The second is one-to-many lookups to detect duplicates or matches against a block list. And the third is secure data storage and retrieval for non-biometric data, like document scans, passkeys, and raw images. In our demo today, I'll walk you through these functionalities and show you how they work under the hood. So now let's bring it to life by starting with the authentication. So I'll enter my phone number here and take a selfie like I normally would by positioning my face in the oval that appears on the screen. The system will run a one-to-one search in the background to verify my identity. And as you can see, just like that, I'm successfully authenticated. If I click on Present Data Decentralization, you can see how the different nodes return a score and the system compiles them into an authentication score. Now let's do a one-to-many lookup by enrolling me. So before enrolling, individuals must provide explicit consent, so we'll consent. Next, we'll add my phone number and take a selfie again. In the backend, the system conducts a search for the same selfie in the decentralized biometric cloud. As you can see, the system found matches and shows a short list of potential matches. For this demo, we're pulling the images directly from the decentralized data vault, which I'll show you in a moment, for manual adjudication. We set a specific threshold, but this aspect is completely configurable. So the system can return the top match or anything really that's above the designated threshold, or even automatically let someone in or not. So we'll go ahead and confirm the match, and as you can see, my enrollment has failed. So that covered the authentication piece. But now let's go explore the decentralized data vault itself. So today, I'm going to show you two examples of how the decentralized data vault can be used. But note that there are many use cases for it. So the first example I'll show you is the secure storage and retrieval of a data string. Think of it like a token that can be linked to the biometric, so only the authorized user can retrieve it, like a passkey scenario. So I'll enter a key and add a value. So this is my social security number, let's say. And we'll go ahead and store it. Now that it's stored, let's go ahead and retrieve it by entering the key that was used during the storage process. And we'll submit. Upon retrieval, you'll notice that the data appears as two meaningless strings, which is a visualization of how the data is anonymized and split. And for the demo, we split it into two pieces. However, when we combine the pieces by clicking on Get Item, the two pieces will come back together and the original string that we stored will be intact. So there's my social security number. The second example I'm going to show you is the storage and retrieval of a raw image. The process remains the same, but in this case, I'm going to take a selfie and store it in the decentralized cloud data vault. And we'll go ahead and add a key again and store it. Now that it's stored, let's go retrieve it by entering the same key. Just like before, the raw image gets split into anonymized pieces and brought back together again. For example, for the purpose of manual adjudication in the one-to-many scenario that I showed you before. Storing the raw images in the data vault also allows for future-proofing your biometric system for any algorithm updates, investigations, or audits. You can use this functionality for storing documents, videos, or really any sensitive data. So I just showed you the three underlying capabilities of the Anonybit Genie, our integrated identity management platform that empowers and connects the entire user lifecycle from digital onboarding to authentication and account recovery, and across all channels such as digital, at the help desk, in-store or in branch, and therefore eliminating the gaps that fraudsters love to exploit. Thank you for listening.
Everyone, that was Jessica Vinitsky. Thank you, Jessica. If you're interested in learning more about Anonybit, go to anonybit.io, or you can also scan this QR code.